Today, silver has made a big comeback, going up over $80 an ounce. You won't believe the reason why. It's not like some of the things that have been driving up the price of silver in the past few weeks. As we look around, we'll talk about that and a big news that you won't want to miss. It's interesting to see what changes the price of silver, and things may be returning to normal in terms of why. I did say the word normal. We'll talk about that soon. The channel is made possible by Summit Metals, which I'd like to thank. Check them out. Click on the link at the end of the explanation to see for yourself how great their customer service is. After going down earlier in the week, the price of silver went up more than 6% on Friday and again went over $80. It has been back and forth like a whip. Some experts think that Friday's rise was caused by a weak December job report that came out Friday morning and a price squeeze in London vaults where there wasn't enough stock. We do have some normal news though, a bad report on jobs. Yes, it's high time that we use some of that again, but silver did go up in price. In fact, it reached a high point of $80.52 an ounce before falling a bit. As it stands right now, just before the markets close, it is selling at $79.84, up $2.80, just below $80. That's still a rise of 3.63% today. The price of valuable metals has been all over the place this week. It went above $82, which was close to an all-time high on Tuesday. We saw that $83.93 was the all-time high. After that, we saw it drop to as low as $73 on Thursday. It's been a wild ride so far, and more will come. Some experts say Friday's price increase was caused by the December jobs report, which showed that few jobs were being created. In the U.S., only 50,000 non-farm jobs were added last month, and unemployment went down a little to 4.4%. A lack of job growth, somewhat higher oil prices, which cause inflation, uncertainty, and an easing Fed are some of the things that can cause precious metal prices to rise. In an interview not long ago, Bart Melek, who is the global head of commodity strategy at TD Securities, said that the price of gold is also slightly going up. As of now, it's up 63%, or $28.40, to $4,057.60. It went up $10 more than that early in the markets. This brings the gold to silver ratio down to 56.52. The ratio of gold to silver is now in a pretty safe range, which is something we haven't seen in a while. In fact, we remember when it was twice that not too long ago. That's pretty cool. The price of silver broke all records in 2025, when it went up more than 150% and reached an all-time high of more than $83 in late December. Now, the price of silver is going up even more. If so, yes. And Forbes is saying that the price of silver has gone up and down a lot in the last few weeks. Goldman Sachs analysts say this is because London doesn't have enough silver on hand, which causes a supply squeeze. A Goldman expert said that price changes in both directions are likely to continue because falling inventories have made it possible for squeezes to happen. Last year, people were afraid that the U.S. would put taxes on silver. A lot of metal came from London and flooded into vaults in New York, making it hard to find what people wanted. This made New York a major trade hub for precious metals. Goldman Sachs experts also said that the price of silver was unstable because China put new limits on exports of silver earlier this month. China, which exports a lot of silver, probably wanted to make a surplus in the country by limiting exports, which could cause prices to go up. According to the New York Times, Panmure Liberum's head of commodity strategy, Tom Price, said, "The Goldman noted that the shift from a pulled global system to isolated regional inventories created an inefficient structure that will be prone to sharp localized price swings. We saw that in China too. It has been clear that the trade situation we see so often there is real. There were limits in China, which made billionaire Elon Musk angry. He said this in a post on X. This is not good. As I said in an earlier movie, silver is needed in a lot of industrial processes. That's the background then. But going back to the problem of unemployment, that changes the way the Fed will decide what to do at their meeting at the end of the month on January 28th. The goal rate right now is between 350 and 375. So far, everyone thinks that 95% of the people who are taking part think that the rates will stay the same. That means you probably know that is something. While this might normally mean that silver prices are more likely to stay the same or go down a little, they have changed the equation here. And yet, most people still think they will leave him alone at the January meeting. Only 5% think they will lower their lower rates by another quarter point. To be clear, are they really talking about that meeting or events that are coming up? Like on March 10th or March 18th, though the 18th is moving a bit, and there's a 27.8% chance that the Federal Reserve will lower rates by another quarter point. That number could be what they're aiming for, of course. The next meeting is April 29th, and the odds and numbers only get better from there. In fact, 6.2% think there will be a half-point cut by then. Who knows? If I look at the markets after that meeting, I see that the equation is changing because it will be the last one before a new Fed chair takes over. That could definitely play a part. Now, big events in geopolitics have sent gold and silver prices through the roof this week. These include the U.S. arrest of Nicolas Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, and President Donald Trump's apparent desire to take Greenland, which made things worse between the U.S. and Europe. Because of what's happening in Venezuela, investors are looking for safe havens again. Gold and silver are two of the best choices as they try to protect themselves from global risk. Of course, China also plays a big part. I'll talk more about that in a different movie because I think some of the math has changed pretty dramatically there. But silver is a metal we're paying close attention to. The ride has been crazy, and I think it will stay that way. But the fact that the price will end the week close to $80 an ounce says a lot. There is a market watch that I do every Sunday night, and I hope you will join me. We will see what happens with the prices of valuable metals as the Asian markets open and trade begins. The fact that silver is up so much today, on the other hand, shows that she still has a lot of fight in her. We'll see how that goes. In addition, the metal was in high demand as an ingredient in the production of electric vehicles. This has led to a rise in demand for silver over the past year. Fed rate cuts and the possibility of more rate cuts have helped the price go up, and we are now likely in our 6th structural year of structural deficit for silver. Thus, we shall keep an eye on that and see what part it plays, with China being the most important part of the whole thing. But what do you know? That's why we use a diamond hand to hold on to our silver. We send a strong word to the powerful people, no matter where they are, when we hold silver, by firmly grasping the silver. Because of this, I'm happy to say that you can now officially pre-order the Diamond Fist round at Summit Metals. That's right. If you remember when I said this would happen on January 1st, many of you have been asking about it. For a long time, I've been thinking about this idea, and I've designed it. Together with Inalio Mint, we're bringing it to you, with some high relief on this side and definitely high relief on this side. Let me now describe what this round is all about. Is a round 30mm piece that is double thick and weighs 1 Oz. It does not have a shell. I don't know where you can get a bottle of these. I'm sorry about that. But you know me, I like them thick, even if it means I have to find a box for them. But they also make other pieces like this in a 1 Oz size. It's kind of like this because of their great goods and these little pieces that they've made. That's 2 ounces thick. The first Salivate metal round, also known as the 2 Oz round, is twice as thick, 2 ounces. Of course, with the price of silver these days, it's not quite as cheap, and they cost a little more because I had to pay an extra for them. It doesn't cost more to get Salivate metal for these. So far, this is a loss maker for me. This is being sold by Summit Metals with their premium and Nalio's strike fee premium. The prices for a 1 Oz piece are so much lower now than they used to be. That's meant to be. I guess this is a waste of money, but that's fine. I'd like these to leave. This is the kind of silver you'll feel bad selling, because it's all about holding on to it for a long time. This is a diamond fist, which is a step up from a diamond hand. That's right, that's what this is about, since gems can handle stress. It's putting pressure on something over a long period of time, as you can see with the diamond on your screen. That diamond really does support the idea of having diamond hands and squeezing your silver harder with a diamond fist. That's what the word hold means. And there are 5 dots on each side for balance and harmony. That's what it is. Edge worn down. You can now place an advance order for them. As far as I know, these have already been bought by a whale. Not sure about many of the details yet, but some of you have found out about it. In fact, I learned about it from someone on the live stream who said they could be pre-ordered. Okay, so there they are. If you like it and feel inclined, you can send a gift through PayPal to make up for the premium, but it's not required. I'd like these to get out there again because they show how important it is to hold silver over time. Something very powerful can be done when you hold silver. That's what it's about then. The SM there now stands for salivate metal. Just so you know, it has something to do with this station. Please understand that it does not mean sadomasochism. It stands for metal that lives on food. It weighs 1 troy ounce and is 39 fine silver. That's it. So, click on the link in the description below to go to Summit Metals, where you can only find it there. Of course, I want to thank Summit Metals for selling them and Inalio Mint for making them. Okay, that's all there is to it. Diamond fist. Diamond-filled fist. It was full to the brim with silver. Diamond fist. We keep it tight. That's it. Feel free to tell me what you think in the area below. I hope this movie was interesting, helpful, and educational for you. Thank you so much for watching, and please rate, share, review, and subscribe.